For colleagues who I've seen me present this week, this presentation does move, so you need to spot the difference of things that I've already spoken about. There's so much going on, though, that there are some new bits that have gone in even this morning. So feel free to dip in and out of the bits that you are interested in. We've just had our Academy board meeting a couple of weeks ago, and I will be doing the usual follow-up pack following that to tell you what happened at our Academy board, as well as give you the highlights of what's going on. But you have today hopefully got an early insight into lots of things that are going on in the region. And I'm really conscious from having given this presentation a couple of times over the last couple of days that there's an awful lot going on at the moment. So the slides will be available after the event. So please don't feel you've got to kind of write everything down as we go through, and all the links to all the different initiatives are in there. So bear with me and I'll attempt to get through this in 20 minutes. So first thing that I want to talk about is a new initiative from the Finance Academy, which is around coaching and mentoring. Now, coaching and mentoring has been around for ages, so we've not invented it, but what we have done in the region is that we've used some of our funding for the Finance Academy to make available some free coaching sessions as part of the HFMA programme. So what we've done is on our Academy website, we've put a new page on there explaining the difference between coaching, mentoring and sponsorship. And I'll come on to sponsorship on my next slide. But working with HFMA, you can now register if you are interested in getting some support from a person who's working in NHS finance through getting a mentor, or from someone who's a qualified coach who can help to support you in your career. So I'm not going to go into all the differences between coaching and mentoring now, but very broadly, mentoring is about being linked up with a practitioner, usually outside of your organisation, who can help you to think through problems and make you think more broadly about how to do your job. Basically, it's a really great thing to do. We're after new mentors, so please get in touch with me if you're interested in becoming a mentor, because there is training and an application process, really simple application process involved in that. But so we're kind of refreshing, if you like, the mentoring offer, but we're also offering free places for coaching. We've put funding aside, which works out approximately 4 per ICS, but we're quite flexible with that, and it's certainly open to regional colleagues as well as people working in systems. But as part of that, if you register your interest in it, we will, and once that's approved, we will match you with, it will give you some options around coaches that will be suitable for you, and you can have coaching sessions which normally cost quite a bit of money, either for the individual or for the organisations, but they're available for free through the Academy. So do follow the link if you're interested in that. I mentioned in particular sponsorship. So we've got coaching, we've got mentoring, but there's also, through the One NHS Finance, there is the sponsorship programme, which is a positive diversity programme, which is aiming to improve the diversity of our teams, particularly in senior levels, where if you're white male, you're much more likely to be represented in senior levels than anybody else. So the sponsorship programme, as well as some of the other positive diversity initiatives from One NHS Finance, is an aim to support people who have who want to be matched with someone senior within NHS Finance who can help them to think through career opportunities and open doors for them. So it's open to all grades, and the official One NHS Finance programme is for I will say non-white males, because it's a lot easier than saying anything else. But if you are a white male, we don't want to forget about you. We know that everyone is different and everybody values support. So within the region, we will also look for sponsors for you as well, if you are looking for just some support to help with your career. So sponsorship programme is a really great way of being linked up with someone and finding someone who can help you. And within our region, we've actually got more sponsors than sponsees. So please do consider it. There are people waiting to help you in the region that have signed up. So the links are all on the slide. Give me a shout if you want to find out a little bit more. Lots of information on the One NHS Finance website. And if you happen to be coming along to the STARS conference next week, we've got a great session from a sponsee pair who are going to talk about their experience. So yeah, hopefully that will be a useful session. Right, moving on. So first thing is coaching and mentoring, sponsorship. The second thing I wanted to just let you know about is apprenticeships. So again, through the Finance Academy, we have a particular aim around supporting people to join NHS Finance. And one way that we are doing that is through setting up an apprenticeship scheme through the Academy. So we've got 6 organisations across our patch who have very kindly agreed to employ some level 3 apprentices starting in January, and the opportunity for people to apply for those posts is now open. So just been speaking to our colleagues at HFMA who are administering this for us, and we've got 1 position in each of our ICSs, and at the moment we've got quite a lot of applications, but they tend to be more for the Cambridge and Peterborough end. So if you are in any other bit of the patch than Cambridge and Peterborough, in fact, if you're in Cambridge and Peterborough as well, please do promote this opportunity. It is absolutely brilliant. It's aimed at people who are have just finished their GCSEs, but you don't have to be a school leaver, but it's that level. It's kind of an A-level equivalent course. People will be studying AAT. There will be support and a network across the region. So do please promote this opportunity. It's we know that January is not an ideal time for people to start, and if we continue this in future, we will look to set it to start at the beginning of the academic year. But anything you can do to promote this opportunity would be very much appreciated. Right, now the third thing, so why is everything all starting at the same time? I don't know. There's definitely something about the summer and the start of the new term. But the third thing that I wanted to talk to you about today that we're making available through the Academy is some free places, some bursaries to do HFMA qualifications. Now, I think what we will do is run a little lunch and learn session to explain a bit more about these, because I'm certainly not an expert on it. But these are not CCAB qualifications. This is not about becoming a qualified accountant. This is about doing advanced level diplomas and certificates, which you can build together if you want a route to get an MBA. So you can stop and just do one, you can do a number, or you can do a significant set and get on to do an MBA. So through the Finance Academy, we have made some bursaries available, which mean that individuals across our systems, and again, also if you work at regional level, also for you, there are bursaries available to get one of these courses paid for free. So you can see on the screen, they do usually cost anything from £1,500 upwards per course. They're mainly online. You can do them flexibly outside of your work hours. There are 2 intakes each year. One's coming up quite soon, and hence me having to sort of talk to you about all of these things at once, because I don't want you to miss the opportunity for, if you're really keen, to go for an October intake. But there's also a second intake in March, and they run in those sort of 2 phases throughout the year. HFMA have informed me that even though we're getting towards the end of September, there's still plenty of time to register for October if you are really keen, if it's something that you've been thinking about, but the free funding makes it now possible for you. The contact details for Nick, who's running the scheme, are on there, and there's also a link to the application form. But there's lots of information on the HFMA website, and as I say, we'll try and run some sort of lunch and learn or something to just give you a bit more insight. And possibly a great suggestion earlier in the week was to get someone who's been on one of the courses to come along and talk about what is it like in practice. So I'll take a little breath at that stage, and I'm now going to run you through a few other bits and pieces around One NHS Finance overall we've not already covered in the session. The first one is that hopefully you've seen it, but there's an opportunity if you like what you see around what's happening around One NHS Finance and development overall, or indeed if you don't like what you see, please take the opportunity to tell us what you're thinking. So One NHS Finance was set up following a national conversation, a bit of an online one really, but amongst finance people saying how they wanted to develop the function. We've now been in place for a few years, and there's an opportunity to give your comments and influence how that changes over the coming years. So All you need to do is follow the link. If you go onto the One NHS Finance website, it's the first thing that comes up, but there's also a link on this slide. And what you can do is see all the ideas that people have put in there. You can vote on them, you can put in your own ideas, you be as active or as passive as you like, but really encourage you to take a few minutes. Once you've registered, then you're straight into to see all the ideas on there, and the ones that receive the most votes and support will be the things that are taken forward in terms of developing our strategy. Now, there's a whole range of things on there. There's technical things that I can't even begin to pronounce the words for, and there's really simple things like should senior leaders go around be required to spend a certain amount of time with their junior members of their team every week. And the idea is, if you think it's a good idea, you say yes. If you think it's a bad idea, you say no. So there's all sorts of really great stuff on there, loads of weird and wonderful stuff. So just really encourage you to have a look. And if for no other reason, just look at the leaderboard. Now, East of England, we are the smallest region. I have to say that every time. But we're very much middle of the table. And so let's try and, if everybody on this call today just went in and commented on a couple of things, we would be the second highest region. So that's my one challenge to you. If you haven't already done it, go in and have a look. I would be so pleased to see us move up the leaderboard. But in all seriousness, it's a really, really worthwhile thing to do. So what's next in my slide pack? I've got to try to remember. Oh, next is, oh golly, I've got a little bit of text in the middle of there. You can see my bad editing skills. But one thing I wanted to draw your attention to is that another positive action programme is Breaking Diversity Barriers. This is a programme for bands 7 to 8B. As you have heard me wittering on previous ones of these meetings, the national programmes through the Finance Academy come round on an annual basis, and there's generally a time to book in for those and an annual cycle of when those sessions start. At the moment, Breaking Diversity Barriers is open for applications. It closes at the end of the month, and having spoken to my colleagues at ONF, I know that there haven't been a huge amount of applications so far. So if you are interested in this, then please do put in an application for it. It is an absolutely fantastic programme, and just definitely recommend, if you want to have a chat about it, want to find out a little bit more, lots of details on the ONF website, but just give me a shout and I can talk you through what sort of things it involves. So, and then this is hot off the press. This is something that came out just this morning. So you might have seen it, or you may not have seen it so far. But our region, and it's a message from Zoe, and here, little picture of Zoe in the top right-hand corner. But message from region. Our region has led the way in terms of running a regional competition for free places at the HFMA annual conference. For anyone who doesn't know, that's the big national finance conference that takes place in December each year in London. And it does cost a little bit to go along, either for you or for your organisation, but we are offering 10 free places for people who are working at grade 8A or below. You can nominate yourself, or you can be nominated by your line manager, and there's a link to the nomination form in the pack. And why should you apply? Zoe's words here, we're looking to basically improve the diversity of our workforce, and this is a great opportunity for people, for the conference not to be all about finance directors and deputies, but to really see the full range of our workforce go along and hear people like Julian Kelly, the National NHS England Chief Finance Officer, and other senior people in the NHS talking about what's going on. It's an absolutely fantastic way of meeting people, and certainly in the past we've buddied up our competition winners with other people who've gone to the conference, so they've got someone who can show them around and introduce them to people if that's needed. So there's a little comment on there from Chloe from Mid and South Essex, who won a place on the conference in 2022, and talking about what a great opportunity it was. So it's hot off the press. Do have a look at that. Again, you've got to be in it to win it. There's 10 places available, and you could well be one of those people. So do take the opportunity, if you're interested in going along to the conference, to enter that competition. Right, what's next? Okay, next one is work experience placements. Our lovely colleagues at NHS England are offering work experience through the Access Accountancy programme in November, and when I spoke to Lorraine, who's organising this from the regional team, there hadn't been huge amounts of applicants so far. She has extended the date now so that it's the end of this month, but she'll possibly take applications even a little bit longer than that. So if you do know anybody who is thinking about a career in accountancy, this is aimed at people who are in sixth form, most sixth form level or sixth form or college, year 12s. If they're interested in accountancy, this could be a brilliant week. There are quite a number of places available, so please do pass on the information about that. And there's a little page all about Access Accountancy on the Academy website if you want to find out more about that. Nearly there. Okay, so other bits and bobs. Just a shout out to Norfolk and Waveney, who've been doing some great stuff around volunteering, which they've got some showcases that have been written up there on the One NHS Finance website, some brilliant pictures of people doing litter picking and all sorts of different things. Have a look at that if you're looking for ideas for your health and wellbeing coordinators and things that you can do, team building in your organisations. Our inclusion and diversity ambassadors is a really, really great group. We are now in the fortunate position that we've got an I&D ambassador in all of our organisations, and we've been meeting round about quarterly online. That group is chaired by Zoe, the regional director, and we are having an away day in October. Where we're coming together in Fulbourn to have a networking day, do a bit, hopefully get some input, find out a little bit about what's going on in other regions, but also to do some team working together. So if you are already an I&D ambassador, or if it's something that you are interested in, then give me a shout, and I'd be delighted to talk to you about that and send you an invite to the day if you're able to make it. It wouldn't be one of these sessions if I didn't take the opportunity to plug HFMA Bite Size. We do still have the regional licenses in place, so it is free. If it's something that you think would be of benefit for you personally, or for your team, or for budget holders within your patch, there's loads and loads of different courses on there. Get in touch and I can send you the login details. But so far, and Daryl spends a lot of time promoting this, we've got more licenses than we have people who've applied for it. So please don't miss out on this brilliant resource. It's free, please use it. And then finally from me, in terms of my update, is around LinkedIn. So we have got a Regional Finance Academy group on LinkedIn. I do my best to try and send an invite to people, but LinkedIn is not very user-friendly and I'm really rubbish with IT. So if you are on LinkedIn and I haven't already sent you an invite, just make sure you're linked with me and you'll find the information on how to get into the Finance Academy group from there. I share all sorts of bits of information on there. And so far we've got about 200 people who are part of that group, but given that we've got 1,300 of us working in the patch, there's an opportunity to spread that message a little bit more widely. So please do join with us on LinkedIn if you can. And the final thing I wanted to talk about, I always say I've finished, and then of course I haven't, because I just wanted to say a tiny bit about accreditation. The accreditation deadlines happen sort of 3 times every year, and there was one that took place at the end of August. And I just wanted to say really big well done shout outs to our organisations who have moved up in accreditation in the August cohort. And I'm sorry that I didn't do a slide showing which ones they are, but I shall tell you that we had 3 level 2, which were our NHS England region, Milton Keynes Hospital, and also, oh golly, who was our other level 2? It was Norfolk Community Health and Care. I think that's right. Thank you, Daryl. So just a massive shout out to level 2, and thank you to all the people who worked on the assessors and the teams who were involved in that. There was some absolutely fantastic work that we saw as part of that process. So 3 level 2s, but we also had 4 level 1s as well. So big shout outs to our partners who are at West Suffolk Hospitals, East and North Herts, Hearts Partnership Trust, who were getting re-accredited because they'd been level 1 before, but it had expired, and West Hearts. So all of which have achieved their level 1. Some of them are still waiting for final sign-off from the accountancy bodies, but have still managed to get through the process. That is absolutely fantastic. We've only got 3 left now. So Princess Alex, Hearts Community and Hearts and West Essex ICB. I will be working with them, very closely supportive and not nagging them at all, to try and get theirs finished for December so that we can get the full set. And as Zoe said at the board, this is an absolutely fantastic thing for organisations to do. We really want to support them to make sure that finance is a great place to work. But I basically said, look, we want to beat London. London's only got 3 to go. East of England's only got 3 to go. So whichever motivates you, whether it's the good Zoe doing this for the right reasons, or the terrible Jane because we want to be high on the league table, please do have a think about it. And for those organisations who have succeeded, it'd be great to share your all the policies and the great stuff that you've got. We've got a little site on the SharePoint within the Teams network where we do share those, and I'll be posting asking those organisations who've just gone through it to send me their application forms and any good stuff that we can share as part of that. So I finally have finished now. Daryl just finishes with all our contact details for myself and Lizzie, and Kate Tolworthy, who organises all the HFMA events. Thank you very much, and I will now have a little drink.
Thanks, Jane. As ever, very informative, very speedy. We have a couple of, well, I've seen something in the chat about MSEFT. Were they going level 2?
Sorry, yes, that's absolutely right. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you. I can't believe that, given I went to see MSEFT at a wonderful away day. So I got completely mixed up. Norfolk Community was last time. It was absolutely. So our level 3s were NHSE Region, Milton Keynes and MSEFT, and really, really well done to all those 3.
Okay, and then we've got a hand up from, is it Twan? I got that right?
That's correct. Thanks, Daryl. Wow, Jane, very long conversation. There's a lot of information and well, reflecting of all the really good work that we have been doing in this region. I just got a question on the Breaking the Barrier program. Is that a little bit of duplication of the sponsorship program, and what the difference?
So they're obviously covering similar groups, but one of them is a program. So it is a series of training events and network, bringing those people together to talk about what the actual barriers are, etc. Whereas the other one, so that's the program, that's the Breaking Diversity program. It's basically a kind of it's a program, for want of a better word. I can't think of a better way, but it's a set of training events and resources specifically for a group that happens every year. The sponsorship program is about one-to-one relationships. So absolutely 2 different ways. There's no problem at all if people want to do both. And indeed, I'm talking to the sponsee network tomorrow, and the program is definitely one of the things that I'll be recommending to them in terms of opportunities available. But they are different things. Some people might find having a sponsor, one-to-one relationship is what they need, whereas others might want to meet like-minded individuals and get some help with their development, which will be more through the kind of program. But thank you ever so much for your question.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, definitely complimentary. So we've got time for 1 or 2 more questions. Give it a couple of seconds. Okay, well, we managed to, I think at my last look, there was still about 65 people. So thank you for those of you that chose to be with us for the whole of the occasion. If you found this really helpful and informative, please tell your colleagues. So we intend to run these on a quarterly, well, probably 3 times a year, because I think we're conscious that summer is a difficult time to organise something like this. So we're thinking of about 3 times a year. happy to take on board any ideas that people might have subject matter. So you feel free to post that to the chat, and we'll definitely take that on board. But if you found this useful, then tell your colleagues, and we can ensure that we have a great turnout next time we meet, which will probably be probably January, I would guess.
I think we've got a date already, Darren.
Have
it's
we?
December.
Right. Okay.
And I'll post the date in the chat for people rather than make people hold on.
Thank you, Jane. Okay, so yeah, I have taken up the rest of the time. So have a great rest of the day and rest of the week. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see all of you soon.